I like your ship.
I'm impressed. Simon managed to find someone with guts to come after me. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me that he wants Ember as proof of this. He knows I'd never part with her.
What's the deal with you and Simon? There has to be more to it.
We were a thing for a while. Until
Ah,
the coward sold me out. I'm sure he regrets it, considering I survived the attempt on my life. And now, I live to blackmail him and make his life a living hell. So if Simon told you I wanted him dead, it's a lie. I want him very much alive and suffering.
I like the way you think. So what's the story behind Ember?
Ah, the first time Ember and I met, she was pointed right at me. And then backfired on the gloating bastard who thought he'd won. Ugh, she saved my life more times than I care to remember. In my line of work, we're always in and out of the fire, if you know what I mean.
Alright, well, I'll take her off your hands.
Oh, will you? You really think I'd let you just waltz onto my ship and I'd hand her over? If you knew anything about me, you'd know honesty isn't my strong suit. The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment you set foot on my ship.
If you want to come out of this deal alive, I'd rethink your position.
I'm pretty sure I've already made up my mind.
I've taken on a lot worse. Are you sure you know how this ends?
Oh, I'm sure.
Is that gun really worth dying over? Think about it.
As much as I love her, you're right. Perhaps I've acted a little too hasty. Okay, fine. You've compelled me to hold up my end of the deal after all. You get Ember, I'll disappear. Besides, I like to think of this as just a temporary arrangement. She's always found her way back to me before. Why should this time be any different?
Exactly. Just keep up your end of the deal.
Oh, don't worry. I see this as some well-needed, dare I say, deserved time off. I'm looking forward to the fresh start. I guess Simon chose wisely. For once. Now get off my ship. I've got an identity to arrange and a vacation to plan.
Captain on deck.
That's a nice pistol, if I do say so myself.
Stay away from the sixth circle unless you're a minor.
So only children are allowed at the sixth circle? I don't follow.
Found a clutch of heat leeches.
Look who survived the devil herself. Well, either that or you decided to pay up.
This information better be worth it. That woman was a real piece of work.
So you got a taste of her deception before you finished the job. Just imagine knowing a creature like that was after your head. I haven't slept well in weeks.
It sounds like there was more than just business between you and Malai.
We loved each other. For a time. But when you're in our line of work, relationships become the best weapon to hold against you. I betrayed her, and her brother paid the price. It's not something I'm proud of.
Not something you're proud of. You should be completely mortified. How could you do that to Malai?
Well, she's gone now. All you can do is move on.
Let's hope it's finally possible. It's strange. I always imagined I'd be happy knowing she's gone. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just take time for the relief to set in. You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers? I think it's time I left the past behind.
Alright, let's get back to business.
Yes, let's. Enough about the past. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself.
Thank you. I'm sure Ryujin will appreciate it.
Oh, they will.
What kind of ammo does she take? Oh, and she's far better. She's... I don't want to say far better. Yes, I think she's better than my explosive solstice.
You better quit that before you hit something you'll regret.
The job should be a cakewalk for someone like you.
Oh, I have to read these things first. Interesting. File, Stanley McMillan. Threat level, none. Schedule, approximate local time. 7:30, leaves Lux Condos for work at Deimos Star Yards. 11, leaves for lunch, frequents Jane's Goods. 1 Jane's Goods. 13:30, returns for work. Remains at office until day is over, Deimos Star Yards. 17, leaves work for the Broken Spear. 1 The Broken Spear. 20:30, returns to Lux Condos. 1 Lux Condos. Home, temporary, Lux Condominiums, A10. Ship none, dropped off by Infinity Ltd chauffeur. Alright.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. He's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion. Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum. Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech. Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Sincerest condolences.
It's hard not to worry when your spouse is the
Did you know Deimos makes the majority of the ships for the UC Navy? If you ask me, that's a hell of a lucrative contract.
Ah, an email from Nina Hart. Hey Stanley, just checking up to make sure you're properly prepared for this meeting. Lucas expects you to be prepared, so be sure to be at least familiar with the reps that are coming. Don't expect me to cover for you this time.
Frank Rennick's all in a twist because his robot got vandalized. We had a good laugh about it back in the station.
Miss Chen?
Well, that took longer than expected. I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it.
I was fast and efficient, and you know it.
You've got a little spark in you. I like it. Now, let's see if what Mr. Rychek found was worth all the fuss. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. This is a sales initiative for Project Dominion. It's not an Infinity Ltd design. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name, meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Yes, miss.
I've got my eye on you.
No, you don't.
Hey,
Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity Ltd has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity Ltd has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation.
We can't allow them all to get their hands on any more information.
Exactly. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our chief security officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us.
Keep up with those bonuses, and yes, my loyalty can definitely be had for a price. Ryujin's been good to me.
Ah, the lovely Miss Amanda. How can I help?
Up the crowd.
Dalton's going to be on the job hunt if he can't figure this one out.
This deal could be huge for my company.
We're almost at my goal.
Good. You're here.
I told you to get it before we left.
So, thanks to your work in Sidonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to our adversaries at Infinity Ltd. A mole within the company means a failing in my department. We're initiating Security Directive Theta, which means a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included.
Don't worry, we're going to take care of it.
We certainly are. Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nix to investigate her, but he'll need your assistance for an unusual assignment.
Opening this investigation to a third party is too risky.
The risk is necessary and heavily mitigated. Nix will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer that will pull any data needed to prove her guilty or innocent. Your job is to infiltrate Ryujin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing.
But the security guards would recognize me, wouldn't they?
We employ over 100 members of our security team who rotate floors and shifts. It's possible you'll be recognized, but even so, my orders will be strict. Authorized security personnel only. And you certainly won't qualify, making you an immediate suspect.
Sounds like you're risking the lives of your own team.
If that's a joke, it isn't funny. We're trusting you to get this job done as discreetly as possible. In the meantime, I'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the building, claiming routine security maintenance. During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection. I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties should a worst-case scenario turn up.
I'll be careful, don't worry.
I'll keep a watchful eye and make certain your employee doesn't go on some kind of rampage.
Good. No one can know about this, not even our own guards. So stealth will be of utmost importance. In fact, as much as I appreciate the words of your associate here, you may be better off heading in alone. Any precautions to mitigate risk should be taken. You'll meet Nix at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Don't like this. I have to infiltrate my own place of work? I almost feel like I'm being set up.
Because everything you've heard is true. The ground is the only place on the earth close to.
If you're wondering what that smell is, it's...
While I'm here, I also need to find something called velocity.
Stay safe, buddy. Whoa. Whoa, bad part of town, buddy. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you.
Who are the disciples?
A gang. Worst gang there is. They'll stab you for kicks, taking bets on how long you squeal before you bleed out. And that's not a hyper whatchamacallit. They seriously did that. Poor Ted.
Right, I appreciate the warning.
We gotta look out for each other, right?
No, not really.
Us crate rats used to think the Ebbside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad.
Alright, fine, whatever. Well, that's good to know.
Sure. So, being so helpful, chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life. What with the disciples and all. Have a heart.
I knew you had an angle, not this time. You've wasted my time, which is quite valuable.
Can't blame a fellow for trying, right?
Yes, I can. And I do. Alright, now, what I was about to do before that man so rudely interrupted me. Ah, where I'm going anywhere.
Enjoy some unique company.
Take it easy. I ain't gonna stand around here all day, right?
New customer. Bienvenue. Before you order, I have two simple rules you need to know. Oh, this is my place. That means everyone in here is under my protection. You don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Good. If you're buying drinks, you better have cash. Madame Sauvage does not offer credit. Good? Ça c'est bon?
Completely understood. You won't have any trouble from me.
Finally, someone who listens and does what they're told. A rare commodity in Epside. I like you already.
I can personally vouch for my colleague here and make sure that he behaves.
So, what can Madame Sauvage get you? Have you come to try velocity, perhaps? Or do you prefer something with a little less kick?
I wouldn't mind seeing a menu.
Of course, of course. Anything for my special new customer.
Interesting. They're all the same, but they're just different colors. Violet looks more pink, but these blue ones look nice. I'll just buy them. Right, well, thank you.
À tout à l'heure.
Central Lounge, Euphorica, blah, blah, blah. This place is where it's at.
You got an appointment? 'Cause if not, consider this area reserved.
I'm here on Ryujin's behalf for Directive Theta.
Oh yeah, Dalton's little errand runner. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor.
I have to pay you. Why didn't Dalton say anything about credits?
And should he? Nothing's for free, you know. Cost is a given.
Yeah, but you've already been paid by Dalton. I'm pretty sure that price is negotiable.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not.
I'm sure Ryujin is already paying you extremely well.
It is a really nice amount of credits. Maybe I am getting a little greedy here.
You are. Yeah, can't you just cut me a break here?
You know, part of me could find some wiggle room. Alright, you win. No wonder Ryujin hired you.
Alright, fine, here's your money.
A pleasure, as always. Your job is simple. Just run this little beauty on Ularu Chen's computer, and the program will take care of the rest. Once you're done, bring the slate back to me at my place. Whatever encryption Ularu has is bound to take some real work. More than my little setup here can handle.
Good, I wouldn't trust the security here anyway.
It's nice to see you know more than just sneaking around and talking a good game. Here's the slate. I'll be waiting.
I am zoned out of my mind right now.
Inside's a bad place for talk.
Scram. Come on, kid.
Need something? Duels Goods has a full line of equipment and accessories.
Inside's a bad place for tourists these days.
I wish some of these robots were within Constellation's budget. They'd be an immense help to our operation.
Don't be stupid! Stop! Now! You don't belong here.
Let me work this out. I just left something here.
Nice try, but the building is off limits. You sure didn't get in by any authorized means.
I'm sure we can work something out.
I hear you.
You know we're getting somewhere.
I'm trying to be reasonable here.
So what's the problem here? Come on.
Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Look, I'll trust you, but if any of us catch you on another floor, we'll shoot first and ask questions later.
That's right, it's upstairs. I'm usually running through this place so quick that I don't notice things. I'm also usually coming straight from the elevator. Are robots supposed to do anything?
Nice suit.
Because I'm on the completely wrong floor. And I can't access the... How am I supposed to get there?
What? You know I went to chef school? This ain't exactly where I saw him.
Seen a lock picked that easily since I traveled with Vladimir's soul.
There we go. And to see if we can make a successful attempt at Directive Theta, you'll have to tune in to the next episode of Starfield Interplanetary Diplomacy, starring yours truly, some guy you've never heard of, as Mr. Victor Gabriel.